Alright guys, here we go then. There's been a bit of a mishmash of videos, this all joined together. I just want to show you what I go through to get the veggies up to, well, my show standard. Whether they're any good or not, it's up to the judges. Like I say, maybe a bit of mishmash all over the place, but I hope you enjoy it. Let's start off with the pickling shallots. Pickling shallots are small shallots, typically under 3 centimetres, which you probably could see they are. 3 centimetres diameter, that is. All I'm doing is taking the outer skins off, just any flaky skins, just making sure they look the same, giving a bit of assistance with a knife there to get some of the skins off, and trimming the basal plate, just get them all looking the same, get any dirt out from amongst the little stubby roots that are left. Give that a bit longer. I guess you can tell it's a bit windy when I recorded this bit. Well, I reckon that's the best I've got, so I'll make a selection of 9 of those later. Right then, more shallots. These are the large shallot class, so that's like 3 centimetres and above. Again, a plate of 9 got to be served up. Clean the basal plate up, trim the fine roots off, get the dirt off the bottoms, papery skins off the outside. Just get them all looking the same, really. I think it's a bit stricter judging with these because they're a little bit larger and the defects show up a bit more. So it's more important they look the same. Next up, we've got to tie the tops of the shallots. So use the old trusty raffia, great stuff. Put a little loop in it. Right over the stalk. Right, tie a reef knot. You want a reef knot and then a bow. If you don't do a reef knot first, the bow will be all skew with. Probably can't see me doing that, I'm hiding. And don't forget, a reef knot is left over right and under. Right over left and under. Now the bow's tied, just trim the loose ends to all the same length. There we are, loads more to go. Right, last one. Obviously thirsty work this because a glass of cider has appeared in the background, look. And next up, the little soldiers need a haircut. So what you do is you pick the worst shallot with the shortest stalk, trim that back to what you want, and then cut all the rest to match. All I'm doing here is just lining them up, just to make sure they'll look the same. Bit of a final inspection before parade, really. Well, here I am then, just settling down to exactly the same again with the pickling shallots. The only difference with these is I don't put a bow on the knot. They're too small, so just leave it with a reef knot. I'm not going to show you all these. Phew, I can hear you saying that. Right then guys, I'm on to the under 250 gram onion class at the moment. The raffia again. What we're doing, this is going to be very hard to explain. Fold the top over, nice and soft still, because I haven't let them dry out too much. Form a loop in the raffia, hold it onto the stem, and wrap from the top downwards to the bottom of the loop. A bit like a hangman's noose, really. It's called whipping. And it's hard. I'm apologising for this, but yeah, pass it through the loop, pass the spare end through the loop. Pull the top, which is putting the loop tight. Yeah, and the loop disappears. Like magic. Then just trim the top and bottom off with my squeaky scissors. And trim the excess of the stem off, so it's level with the whipping. If I had a spare onion, I'd show you. And that's what it looks like, look. Yeah, 5 of them, so I've got to pick 4. And it's exactly the same procedure with the big onions, guys. Except that the stem's a bit long, so trim them off. Fold the stem over the length you want. Get your piece of raffia. Make a loop in the raffia, loop to the bottom of the stem, and with the long piece of the raffia, starting from the top, whip it round and round towards the bottom of the stem, towards the loop. And when you've whipped enough, cut the raffia off. Pass the raffia through the loop, the end of the raffia through the loop, and then pull the top one, and the loop comes up inside the whipping, so you can't see the knot. That's what you're trying to achieve. You can't see the knot. One thing I didn't mention is you try to get the whipping so that the stem is facing backwards from the best face of your onion. I'll try and explain it better, but it's a bit of a rush at the moment. Okay, even I couldn't see that, so bend the stem over, this isn't going to be a proper one. Make a loop in the raffia. Place the loop like that, and just whip downwards. And when you're happy, a bit long, so what I'm going to do is trim a bit off. Poke that through the hole. Hold it tight with your finger. Just pull this one, and the loop gets smaller. And if you pull hard enough, the little, it's not a knot, but the disappears. Look. Trim off. Trim off. Trim off. And that's the sort of thing we're looking for at the end of the day. Right, yeah, and the trick with these to keep them fresh, I'll try and do this in one hand because I'm not going to set a tripod up, is to gently roll them into a damp tea towel, which I'm struggling very hard with one hand. Shan't bother it. Okay, all I'm doing here is taking the loose dirt, compost, soil, etc. Off the eyes, off the potato. Very gently brushing with a toothbrush. The theory with a toothbrush being it doesn't damage your gums, it won't damage the skins. The potato's been out the ground for a week or so, which you've probably seen on the reveal, so the skins have hardened up nicely. Any little bits of difficult dirt, fingernail comes in handy. Gently, obviously. Yeah, a little bit of attention to detail and then go through all of the potatoes. I shan't show you all 20 odd. And when you're happy, just wrap it in kitchen tissue. Ready for the big day. And same again with the Vivaldi potatoes. Well, I hope you find that interesting, guys. Just a little insight into how I prep the shallots, the onions and the potatoes. Maybe next year I'll get on with the carrots, parsnips, etc. Usual routine at the end, give it a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, but please let me know why. Click the bell icon and you'll get updates as soon as I upload something. And if you haven't already done so, I'd love you to subscribe. Have a great weekend, guys.